here. But before we go to the future, let's take a look in the past. How did we get here? Let's take a look back. 19 men lay awake all night in preparation. On September 10th, Americans were playing politics, and they had chosen to bury their heads in the sand and ignore the coming threat. I remember how picture-perfect the day was. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, and America seemed invincible. And yet, in the blink of an eye,
that airplane appeared to hit a little bit down the building around the 50th or 60th floor. Again, it struck flush.
Our skies were filled with black clouds, and our hearts were full of terror and fear.
Absolute disaster.
We realized for the first time how fragile we really were. But then, something happened. We came together, and we promised ourselves that we would never forget. On September 12th, and for a short time after that, we really promised ourselves that we would focus on the things that were important. Our family, our friends, the eternal principles that allowed America to become the world's beacon of freedom.
I can hear you, the rest of the world hears you, and the people who knock these buildings down will hear all of us soon.
So once again, America has a choice. We can choose to be the Americans of September 10th with our heads buried in the sand. We could be the Americans of September 11th who were unprepared and then paralyzed by fear, despair, or anger. Or we could choose to renew the promise that we all made to ourselves. Will you commit yourself to really live America's time-tested values and principles? Will you, with fierce determination and malice towards none, be a watchman at the gate to alert those still asleep to rise up and be America's next greatest generation? You know, many in Washington, left and right, want to convince you that they're the solution. I happen to believe that them being the solution is the problem. The system has been perverted, and it has to be restored. Those who screwed up must be allowed to fail. Those who broke the law must go to jail. And those who have played by the rules need to be left alone to rebuild our nation. The answers have never come from Washington. We weren't told how to behave that day after 9/11. We just knew it was right. It was the opposite of what we feel today. I'm backstage right now at Fox. I'm getting ready to show you that you are not alone. This is your country. You're still in control, but it seems today like nobody gets it. Let me tell you something. You're going to meet people from all across the country right now, from people all across the political spectrum. Come on, follow me. No matter where you are, from our studio audience here in Midtown Manhattan, to the sidewalks outside, to the people all over the country. Just a few blocks away in Times Square, where there are people at viewing parties. They're holding regular viewing parties. It started with people and by people, just regular people like you, like Joyce in Melbourne, Florida, whose party grew so large that she moved it from her restaurant to the parking lot outside, to the gatherings in Noah's in South Jordan, Utah, to homes in Golden Valley, Arizona, and Brewer, Maine, to the Garage Bar in Columbus, Ohio, and virtually every small town and big city in between in this great nation. There are people gathering in ranches in Texas, where some familiar faces have gathered to watch the show. A few weeks ago, I asked you to send in your picture if you believed in the principles. Well, I got to tell you, the response was so overwhelming that you shut our servers down. Here at Fox News, you shut the servers down 5 times. The results of the email is this. It's a mosaic. It includes only about 10% of all the pictures that we've received, but the mosaic proves that while a single photo is just a face, it's just a photo, thousands of them grouped together in the right way can create something much more powerful. You have to realize that you're not alone. You have to realize that there are more of us that believe in the wonders of America, believe in the individual, because we know who we are. We are men and women of the United States of America, no matter where we've come from before, no matter what the color of our skin is, no matter if we're rich or if we're poor. We're Americans. I'd like to ask you to join me again on Saturday, 9/12, Saturday, September 12th. I'll share with you what I've been working on to put the principles and the values to work in my own life, and you show me what you've done. We'll meet back here in 6 months.